First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honor to the elders great millstone, salutations to all Yakim on the highways and byways Binghamton marriage. Salacya on my videos lately, since I had to get a new device and save up since the other one broke, I'm trying to make up for all those videos I missed out on. But I want to start off with, my bad, oh my. I want to start off with a video called Trials and Tribulation, because that's what we're coming into, We're getting closer to the end, of this wicked country called Babylon, so-called America. When we read this quote, the road of life is never without trials and tribulations. That's the truth, Growing up, you probably didn't have much, or you probably got bullied, or something been stolen from you. When you join this truth, life gets even heavier. You gotta persevere through that. You see it through the end. I think I read a quote somewhere that says, at the end of every dark tunnel, there's a light at the end of it. At the end of every tunnel, there's a light. That's not even a quote, actually. It just came off the top of my head. I was just thinking about that. At the end of every tunnel, there's a light, And that light is America being destroyed. Righteousness being on earth, with no more ever going to be in its fleshly bodies ever committing any sins, That's what I hope and pray for, With the TV, I'm getting tired, the news, everything's getting ridiculous. But I want to get a scripture. John 16:33, these things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world, And these things I have spoken unto you, you might, the Lord spoken these things unto us so we might have peace. But in the world we may have tribulation, Isn't that what we have? Tribulation, every day there's always something wicked going on. Homosexuality, the food being poisoned, the water, nothing good on TV for kids. Esau put in these sexual secret codings in these cartoon shows when children are watching it. Like, he's sick. Freemasonry signs, messes their mind up, And he knows this. Will be of good cheer. I have overcome the world, so don't, keep persevering. Because we're almost there, at the end. Should strive for the Lord to come back, ultimately. Just destroy America. But be a good cheer, have overcome the world. So the Lord have overcome the world. So he's saying that if he could do it, we may have a chance in doing it also. And get Matthew 24 and 21. No, I'm gonna save that for a different time. And Mark 13 and 9. But take heed to yourself. They shall deliver you up to councils, and in the synagogue ye shall be beaten, and ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against me, for a testimony against them. So, just like the apostles and servants of the Lord were beaten in time past, we will also, some of us, some of us not, some of us may be put to death, some of us may be beaten, thrown in prison. Some of us may starve, some of us may be, the Lord's going to see how could we endure without food. So the Lord's going to have, different situations for us, different outcomes. Since we're not all on the same level, because there's ranks in this, in in the truth, not only in the truth but in the spirit world. You know, that's why we have Michael, the archangel. Then you got regular angels. So right there it tells you there's some type of boundary. There's some type of and then you have the Most High. Then you have His Son, Yahweh Shai. So there's some type of some law, or some type of government, you could say, in the spirit world. So there's always gonna be some type of how do I say this? Levels. That's not really the word I wanted to get, but some type of something. Let me see. But I want to get another quote. Someday you won't remember this pain you thought would last forever and ever. You know? Running away from your problems is the race you'll never win. So, we gotta accept this, We put ourselves in this predicament, while we're in slavery. I didn't get that. No, that's not what I was gonna get. Running away from your problem is a race you'll never win. So you gotta accept it, You can't be in denial on why we're in this captivity we're in, you know? We're in this captivity because we put ourselves in this captivity, That's the heaviest thing about it. I think that's what hurts the most, It wasn't that we brought Esau brought us here, it was that we went off. We brought ourselves there, Daniel 12:1. And at the time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book of life. Talking about the elect, ultimately. The elect are the ones that are going to be found in the book of life. Wherever they may be. They're going to be found, they're going to be delivered, Because they tarried from the very beginning when they joined the truth to the very end. Whether they be tortured, whether they were put to death, whether they starved, whatever. They tarried to the very end. Then they were found written in a book. What book are the scriptures, the Bible, I swear I had another quote going. But yeah, I want to get this because we're almost there at the end. Alright, wait, hold up. I think I remember what I was about to get. This is the one. The Bible tells us that the state of the world will grow dark as we near the end of the age. So the Lord, this is ultimately all this wickedness is piling up. Then when the Lord comes back, people are not gonna have no excuse in that day. People. Oh, salacya. No one's gonna have an excuse in that day. You know, the end is coming. Time of Jacob's trouble is near. You know, we're gonna have to go through a lot. You know. Oh wait. Oh well. So I wasn't even trying to get it on images, but Jeremiah 30:7. For alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. You know, Jacob's trouble. Who's Jacob? You know, the nation of Israel. You know, we're a stiff-necked people, so you know we had this coming. You know, so those Israelites out there, they there's no excusing why you didn't hear the word. You know, everybody heard it. You either walked by, you ever, if you was across the street, you had seen on the internet, you heard about it. You know, you could investigate more and dug deeper. If someone just brought up Israelite, you could have got involved and asked, what is that? What's this about? Etc. But you know, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because Esau, you know, what he did was made Jake not interested in reading or learning anything. To get experience. All Jake does, you know, the ones my age, you know, I'm like around 18. They're like they joke. They're very comedians. Everybody wants to be a comedian, you know. No one takes nothing serious, you know. But let me get this. So that none is like it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. You know, and you know why? You know what else? They trust in Esau and his system. They think they try to uphold the, you know, they're trying to build their own clothing line, their own sneaker line. Who controls the dollar? Whose face is on it? It ain't yours. You don't see Jake on that. You don't see no Afro. You don't see no Fro. You don't see Judah. You know, you don't see Israel. So why are you picking up money that, you know, trying to build up an economy that wasn't built for you? It was built against you. And it was Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and make his flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord. That's what Jake does. They depart from the Lord. And they trust in Esau's system, the police system, the whatever. They're trusting anybody else, anything else under the sun but the Lord. The Lord must have blinded them. The Lord has to. You just don't just do that, you know. Is that KJV? Yeah, it is KJV. I said it right there. All right. But yeah, we're coming to some tough times, man. It's getting heavier and heavier. All right, all right. Which one should I start with? Let me get the no, 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 no. That's I already got this. The recession. I'm gonna read on what this means before I get into it. Consumer spending is about 2/3 of the economy. People predictably will spend less when they are unemployed, hurting economic growth. It's perhaps unsurprising then that recessions are accompanied by rising unemployment. Currently unemployed is on a declining trend. This was posted last year, 2018, August 14th. And you got Esau, you got some southern tribe, you know, got some Jake trying to get mad at the northern tribe, you know, like the so-called Dominicans and so-called Puerto Ricans, or the so-called Issachar, right? No, the so-called Mexicans for getting a job. But there's no jobs in America. That's what they don't understand. It's been on decline since probably even before 2018. Because, Esau, he's a liar by nature. So there's no jobs in America. Foot Locker, McDonald's, washing dishes at Applebee's. Like, let's be serious. There's not a lot of jobs in America. They're all given to China. They're all given to Taiwan. Almost Moab has everything. You got Ishmael been making the clothes. Moab, Japan. Every electronic device is made in Moab, Ammon. With Moab, Ammon. Flat screen TV, Sony, Insignia. I think Microsoft. Laptops, iPads, iPhones, Android. Every single thing. Almost your shoes, your food is imported. The glasses you wear from Europe, them Ray-Bans, them Gucci belts, them Louis Vuittons, everything is made from other countries. So when you say that there's no jobs in America and that the Northern Tribe, you're and not, you just got to be a racist. You just got to be racist because there's proven facts on why there's no jobs in America because they give their jobs to other countries. If you're blaming the Northern Tribe for stealing jobs for taking up all the jobs, then you might have to be racist because there is no jobs to take. Like, come on, I hate hearing that. You got Esau talking about gotta build that wall. Like, shut up, man. But yeah, effect economic damage. Recessions result in higher unemployment, lower wages and incomes, lost opportunity more generally, education, private capital investments, economic opportunity are all likely to suffer in the current downturn, and effects will be long-lived. A recession is a phenomena of business decline, barely on less business and economic activity. Its characteristics include a contraction of real nominal GDP, high unemployment and layoffs, low profits or losses, low revenue. So there's a lot of businesses going down too. Gap, look at that. Tesla, Payless, Family Dollar. Closing 269 stores worldwide, including 154 in the U.S. this year. The economy says it will focus on opening 50 to 60 new domestic supercenters, 85 to 95 neighborhood markets, improving e-commerce, expanding. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. America's still gonna be destroyed. No matter what Esau does. Every time Esau takes down a store, another one pops up, and that one falls down. Then Esau trying to Esau. You're not. You're still gonna. America's still gonna be destroyed. You know. But I want to get into the recession. On the news about the recession. When was this? This is December 4th, 2019, 10:30 p.m. It's only December 7th, though. This is going to get interesting. Billionaire bond investor Jeffrey Gundlach believes that even though recession risks have fallen, now it's time for investor. Oh my gosh! I think that this is false. No, the risk has fallen. That's not true. Your economy is still gonna fall off. The U.S. economy has weathered the uncertainty of a full-fledged trade war between the world's two largest economies far better than most economics expected. Yet, even with a proactive Federal Reserve and a strong labor market, the CEO 150 billion double line capital believes a downturn is more a question of when then if. The U.S. is battling tooth and nail the next recession. Gunlatch told Yahoo Finance in an exclusive, wide-ranging sit-down, the Fed has done and central banks everything they can to avert the next recession, but a recession will come. After Gunlatch successfully played defense in 2007 and 2008, he went on offense in 2009 and put capital to work in beating down the mortgage bond sector and reaped their benefits. I want to get more. Okay, Gunlatch is one of the few investors who sounded the alarm in subprime leading up to 2008 credit crisis in June 2007. He said, "Subprime is a total unmitigated disaster. It's only going to get worse." He successfully navigated the credit crisis for his clients. So he predicted that in 2007 in June that an upcoming crisis was going to come in 2008 and so on. So, Esau knows his economy is falling apart. It's not as strong as it used to be. All the jobs being in other countries. The the damn the street, the plot holes in every street. On the concrete, he slaps tar on every Esau doesn't even wanna he doesn't even finish the street well. The sidewalks. It's not even it's just he doesn't do nothing. Esau just doesn't care about. He knows it's gonna fall apart. He knows it's prophecy. He success he successfully navigated the credit crisis for his clients. Now the 60-year-old investor believes that the next crisis will be more severe than a subprime meltdown, and it will be in corporate credit where companies are holding record levels of debt on their books. He never had the same crisis twice, he said. Gunlatch pointed out that the corporate bond market is probably significantly overrated, which sounds a lot like subprime in 2006. He added the leverage ratio suggests that one-third of corporate bonds should be rated junk right now, but they received a pass to address this excessive debt. In fact, on Wednesday, S&P Global Rating released now data showed a number of the weakest links or issuers with relatively weak credit ratings or negative outlooks rose to 266 in October, up from 263 in September. When the next downturn hits, Gunlatch warned that there won't be any idea of addressing these leverage ratios. They're just going to get a lot worse when the recession comes, and you're going to see a mass downgrading of the investment grade corporate bond market. Alright, he predicts that those strains will pressure bond prices and lead to very significant divestment of a lot and naive money that's gone into a corporate bond market, because it's been a pretty smooth ride for the last 10 years and it's been pretty rewarding this year as well. He added that a lot of investors don't understand the risk that exists in corporate bonds. So I guess he's good at investing and making investments, and he's predicting that there's going to be another crash. Alright, let me get something. Let's see one word he's made. August 18th. August 17th, 2018 at 5:20 p.m. The author and broadcaster said he was a I don't know how to say that about tomorrow, but an optimist about the day after tomorrow regarding America's economy. Prudent people should reverse that. This Wednesday, according to Financial Times, Robin Wigglesworth and Nicole Bullock, the U.S. stock market will officially have enjoyed its longest ever bull run, one that rises 20% from its low until it drops 20% from its peak. September 15th will be the 10th anniversary of the collapsing of Lehman Brothers, the fourth largest U.S. investment bank. History's largest bankruptcy filing presaged the October 2008, the evaporation of almost 10 trillion in global market capitalization. The durable market rise that began March 6, 2009 is as intoxicating as the Lehman anniversary should be sobering. Nothing lasts. Those who see no Lehman like episode on the horizon did not see the last one. Economists debate inclusively this question. The, econom- the economic expansion die of old age? The current one began June 2009? Or are they slain by big events or bad policies? What is known is that all expansions end. God, a wit has warned, is going to come down and pull civilization over for speeding. Okay, I'm gonna try to find something. Like, I don't get, is this, alright, I'm gonna start. The President Office of Management budget that there really is meaningful budget, get an actual management project that the deficit for fiscal 2019, which begins in 6 weeks, will be 1.85 trillion. This is while the economy is according to the economic historian and Oval Office as good as it's ever been ever. Good as it's ever been ever. Lebanon administration with facts. Yale University Robert J. Schiller, writing in the New York Times, notes that since quarterly gross domestic product enumeration began in 1947, there have been 101 quarters with growth at least equal to the 4.1% of this year's second quarter. The fastest 13.4% was 1950's fourth quarter, perhaps produced largely by bad news. The Cold War was on. The Korean War had begun in June. Fear the atomic bomb was rising. New York City installed its first air raiding siren in October, as was consequently a home building boom outside cities and scared buying of products that might become scarce during World War III. Today, Schiller says it seems like it's that people in many countries may be accelerating their purchases of soybeans, steel, and many other commodities, fearing future government intervention in the form of a trade war, and fearing a probable high interest rates. So no one, so Esau's gonna have a problem buying because democracy died in darkness. That's the Washington Post is called. So no one buying anything from America. There's nothing to buy from America. So they're dealing with other countries, you know. This morning. I'm gonna start from. Okay, I'll read from the top. Another hardy perennial among economic debates concerns the point at which the ratio of debt to GDP suppresses growth. The sort of good news that it will satisfy intellectual curiosity is that we are going to find out where that point is within a decade. The national debt probably will be 100% of um what I don't percent of GDP and rising. As Erwin M. Stelzer of the Hudson Institute says, if unlimited borrowing financed by printing money were a path to prosperity, then Venezuela and Zimbabwe would be top of the growth tables. Basically saying if printing money was the best thing, Venezuela and Zimbabwe would be on the top. But you can look at them. Look at the situation they're in. Esau knows his economy is gonna collapse. He even said it. He said if printing money was as good, then so I guess Venezuela and Zimbabwe were printing money, and guess where it ended up? If unlimited borrowing financed by printing if unlimited borrowing financed money, Zimbabwe. So Esau knows he knows his system isn't working, but he still does it because he's the devil. You know, Esau can't help but be wicked. You know, he can't even. That's all you can think. Like, I just look at him, just shaking my head. Like, he just, what can you do? He just, the Lord created him to do wickedness. You know, it tells you, they telling you right here that printing money is gonna get them collapsed. Basically, if you think about it, because Venezuela is already at the bottom. So I'm gonna finish up right here. Jerome H. Powell, the chairman of Federal Reserve, says fiscal policy is an unsustainable path, but such warnings are audible wallpaper they will not notice. The word unsustainable in fiscal rhetoric is akin to unacceptable in diplomatic parlance, where it usually refers to a situation to be accepted. A recent International Monetary Fund analysis noted that among advanced economics, only the United States expected an increase in the debt to GDP ratio over the next 5 years. America's complacency could cause will respond, but among those economies, our is performing especially well. But however, if this is significant and effective exploding debt, publicity held U.S. government debt has tripled in a decade. Though America's debt has tripled, despite today's shrill discord between the party, the political class is more united by class interest than it is divided by ideology. From left to right, this class has been a permanent incentive to run enormous deficits to charge through taxation. Current voters significantly less than the cost of the government goods and services they consume, and saddle future voters with the cost of servicing. The results that after the current crop of politicians has left the scene. This crop derives its political philosophy from musical. The Annie, tomorrow is always a day away for tomorrow people. For normal people, however, the day after tomorrow always arrives. But before I end it, I'm gonna get what the GDP mean, because I don't even know. Gross domestic product. Okay. That's what it means. Gross domestic product is the monetary value of all finished goods and services made within a country during a specific period. GDP provides an economic snapshot of a country used to estimate. Okay. So it's basically a grade if you think about it, like a grade point average, a GPA. Basically, yeah, it's kind of like school. You get like a GPA. This is the GDP, same thing. Okay, it's basically getting grades on like a term or semester. Think about it. I'm gonna get one more scripture though. Where is that? Yeah, this is the one. Daniel 12:1. Did I get this one? No, I got this one. There's another one. I swear, but take heed to yourselves. No, I didn't get Michael. Okay, Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. I keep thinking. I'm gonna get both of them. Mark 13:9. But take heed to yourself, for they shall be deliver you up to councils, and in the synagogue you shall be beaten, and you shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them. So we're gonna be beaten for the Lord, Lord's will, we do. Lord is still dealing with us in that day, and now until the very end. But I think this is the one I didn't get. Daniel chapter 12. Let's see if for there shall be a great. Just see. Matthew 24 verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. So stuff stuff is coming. The next video I want to make is gonna be on. No, it's not gonna be called Jacob's Trouble. It's gonna be called the Day of the Lord. Because that's what we're coming into. This is like not the climax, but it's coming to the conclusion. I don't know what to call it. It's like the climax. Then I'm gonna get to the conclusion. Yeah. This is gonna be called. Wait, what should I name this video? Dang it. I'll think about it after I finish it. Daniel chapter 12 verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which stands for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. And there shall be a time of trouble. There shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. So there's going to be a trouble that never happened ever. Now that's scary. The Lord doesn't play. So just imagine what the behemoth, what do you call that? The Leviathan, was a nation to that. There was a nation even to that same time, and at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. So yeah, this is gonna get hectic out here. The Lord is gonna have a whole bunch. Oh man, so much is coming to America. So much. But I'm gonna end it like this. I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Double honor to the elders, great millstone. Salutation to Yakim on the highs and bodies, being to the marriage. Till next time, I say shalom. But I am gonna try to make up to all those videos I missed out. So salacya on you, salacya on all my viewers that be watching. Try to make up for them.